As a player preparing for a Tuesday morning kickoff, what's this process been like?
To be honest, it hasn't changed any. Knowing exactly what we know going into every game, we prepare for every team the same exact way. So nothing has changed exactly other than the fact that we practice a couple more times. But leading up to them, we've been doing the same thing, same routine, and we're ready to play them.
And, on film, what do you see out of those guys? What's the scouting report?
They're a good team. They haven't been playing the past 4 weeks, but they're going to be fresh. They're a fast defense. They're big up front. They're going to be a good component.
And then, Jordan, I guess just kind of going off of the preparation, have you guys adjusted because of the early kickoff time, what have you guys done to adjust to that?
Like I said, we've been doing the same routine, but we are practicing a little bit earlier than we usually do. Tomorrow, for example, we're going to start off a little bit earlier. We're going to start off at 8 o'clock in the morning to get ready for that early game.
Jordan Jared McDonald with the Daily News here. I've asked Coach about who might or might not be coming back with this extra year of eligibility, but this offensive line, it's a group that's played a lot together, especially you three redshirt seniors along that offensive line. Just from your experience, what's it been like playing with that group of guys just over these last several years?
It's been a great experience. It's been very enjoyable. I've enjoyed almost every minute with Seth and Tyler and some of the younger guys coming up like Cole and Mason. I'm going to miss every minute of it, but it has been a great experience.
With some of those younger guys, Cole, Mason, when you're playing with them, what do you try to pass along to them as a more experienced guy along that line during this year or years past?
Well, I try to do a good job leading, but at the end of the day, they have done a great job growing up, learning the plays, coming to practice, being on time, and just going out there and being a ball player.
And with you too, being a kid that's from town here, has that made this whole time here at college more special?
It has. It's been great to represent a community such as Bowling Green, Kentucky, and being able to play in my backyard. The Bowling Green Purples actually just won last night against South Warren, so that was great to see. It's always nice to be able to have family members and just community members come to the games and see them support us as a team and as a player.
What's it been like preparing for this situation, playing early morning on a Tuesday?
Yeah, it's been interesting, honestly, because obviously, Tuesday, tough Tuesday, that's usually the hard day for us in practice. And so this past week they were saying, this time next week we'll be playing a game, and I was like, a lot of people like, dang. So trying to get adjusted. Coaches moved some of the times, the meeting times, the practice times early in the morning, just trying to get us acclimated. But I think we'll be fine.
Now, Jeremy, are you more of a late game guy or early game guy?
Yeah, that's been the discussion this week. So I think we got we prefer early games. So a lot of these guys are actually, a lot of the guys who's like, man, I wish we can play at 11 so we can have the rest of the night. So we're gonna see what type of team we are, if we can do that more or not. But me personally, I like it. It doesn't matter to me, honestly.
Jeremy Jared with the Daily News again. Switching gears to Charlotte, on film, what do you see from those guys, and what do you remember about them from last year that you can take away from that game going into this one?
Well, that was crazy because last year I actually didn't play against them because I had got injured at the end of the season. So and I was fresh out of surgery, so I really couldn't watch film. But this coming into this year, just watching film, they've had a good start, and so obviously they're trying to get to that 500 mark, and I think they do a real good job of just mixing everything up. That's one good thing their offense does. So it's not really a lot of zone or a lot of gap scheme. Everything's kind of mixed in there. They got a lot of gadget plays that they like to run more often than other teams as well. So they really like to keep the defense on their P's and Q's and on edge. So we got to be really locked in and focused.
Jeremy, the defense has been been good the last couple of years. This year, you guys have been playing really well, and the one missing piece, it seemed, was the turnovers. Last game, you guys were able to do that, get 2 defensive scores. Is there any extra juices flowing through the defense this week, knowing that you guys had those, or what's the practice has been like after that success?
Oh yeah, it's always all that stuff's contagious. We preach turnovers year round. Turnovers, big plays, we preach that year round. So when those chances come, we can have the players, capitalize on those. And so last week we were fortunate enough, like you said, to get 2 of them, and we took it to the house. So we know as football guys, as defensive guys, and just in general, that's a huge momentum swing. And so able to get 2, that's great. We would love to get 2 more of this game, stacked on top of each other, but we'll see what the football guys have in store for us. But we're going to be out there hunting as always.
Jeremy, just with all the uncertainty that was going into this season, what does it mean to you being a senior that you were, 1, able to play, and 2, you're getting to play all 11 games that you were originally scheduled? Y'all have not missed a game. You're the only team in Conference USA that hasn't missed one. Just what does that mean for you?
That was big. I know for me, just on a personal standpoint, that was one of the biggest things that I wanted to make sure that was going to happen before the season started, because like you said, this was possibly, before we knew this was possibly my last year. And I really didn't want to, have that year be shortened due to COVID-19. So for all our guys to, stay in and us to play a whole season, I think it's a good credit to not only the coaching staffs, but the players as well, being, focused off the field and just taking everything in smart consideration.
Good. Hunter, do you have anything else?
I guess just going off of that, do you feel like that there was almost an extra motivation for players to make sure they're doing all the right things, because you didn't, y'all don't want to have games canceled. You want to have the season play all the way through.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got a lot of guys here that love football. So anything that could jeopardize that, I think for the most part, guys were trying to, stay away from that as much as we could. And I think we did a decent job of also players, holding each other accountable, off the field as well. And so that was one of the biggest things, is just we're here to play ball. We want to play ball. So let's make sure we do all we can do to, keep that going.